This is Emma here, and welcome to this beginner variation of sun salutations. So this is a perfect quick practice for people who are brand new to sun salutes, or for those who want a little bit of refinement in their practice. So we'll start out in Tadasana, just anywhere on your mat. Have your feet directly under your hip bones for this one. And imagine that you're pulling your feet away from each other. So the idea that you would turn your feet out like this, but the mat is stopping you. Turn your tailbone down to the floor slightly, as though your pelvis was a bowl of water. We don't want the water spilling forward on the floor or out the back. We want to have the water flat and level. Belly button is moving into the spine. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears. Let the shoulder blades slide down the back and extend the fingertips towards the floor. See if you can position your ears directly over your shoulders. Closing the eyes, take a couple of deep breaths here, just noticing how you feel, noticing how your body feels. Running your awareness up through your feet, feeling as though they're pulling the mat apart. Coming up the legs into the pelvis, the bowl of water that is spilling neither forward nor back. The belly button moving in towards the spine. The shoulder blades relaxing down the back. The fingertips extending towards the floor. And the ears positioned over the shoulders. Opening the eyes, taking a breath in, reaching out and up. And then breathing out back to Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're just going to go between these two positions. You're inhaling up to Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain pose. And then you're exhaling back to Tadasana, mountain pose. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can try and do it with your eyes closed. What we want to try and bring together in this practice is our breath and our movement. So see if you can get your palms to meet just at the very top of the inhale. And then your palms reach the bottom of the movement, or your hands reach the bottom of the movement at the bottom of the exhale. So you're taking the whole inhale to bring the arms up. Palms meet just at the top of the inhale, and then taking the whole exhale to bring the hands back down. Just take a couple more rounds, just on your own time, working with your own breath. And the next time your hands are down in Tadasana, keep them down there and we'll move on. So inhaling, bringing the arms out to the sides. Exhaling, bend the knees, draw the thumbs down the midline of your body and forward fold so your upper body connects to your lower body. So now you've got your chest or your tummy touching your thighs. Let your head drop down here. So by keeping the upper body connected to the lower body, we provide a little bit of support for the low back rather than hanging out here, which is a little bit more compromising for the spine. So this is Uttanasana, our forward fold. And now we'll come to Ardha Uttanasana, so a halfway lift. Bring your hands up onto your shins, straighten out your legs, straighten out your arms. Try and lift your tail at the back. And have the feeling of your heart dropping forward between your arms. Sink your hips down and back like you're sitting into a small chair. And then inhale, reach the arms out and up. We're back to Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain pose. And then extend the hands back down to the sides, mountain pose. Take a moment to reset. So feet under hips, toes pointing forward, pulling the feet away from each other. Pelvis is a bowl of water. Shoulders roll up towards the ears, shoulder blades slide down and back, extend the fingers to the floor. Same thing again, tiny bit quicker. So inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, draw the thumbs down the midline of the body, bend the knees a lot, chest or tummy touching thighs. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, sink your hips down and back like you're sitting into a chair. And then inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, returning to Tadasana, mountain pose. One more time like this, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, straight arms, straight legs, flat back. Breathing out, sink your hips down. Breathing in, reaching the arms out and up. And breathing out, hands back to the sides. Coming to the back of your mat now, and we'll add on. So same thing again, breathing in, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Breathing out, forward fold, knees are very bent, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, bend the knees again so you can get your hands to the floor and start to walk your hands out. We're coming to all fours. So drop your knees to the floor when you can. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So you're inhaling to open the heart forward and lift the tailbone up. And then you're exhaling, tucking the hips under, bringing the chin to the chest. Breathing in to open the heart forward. And breathing out to tuck and curl in. Two more like this. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to tuck and curl. And the last one, inhale to open. And exhale, tuck and curl. This time tuck your toes under and we'll lift our hips up, coming to downward facing dog. So with our downward dog, we want our feet to be hip distance apart, our hands to be shoulder distance apart, and we want a straight line from our wrists up to our hips. So if you are blessed with tight hamstrings, you may find that your downward dog is a little bit more here. It's a little bit more like a plank, which is quite challenging on the shoulders. So what you can do is bend your knees, which will let you send your chest back towards your thighs. So we're creating that straight line from wrists to hips. If you have very open shoulders, then your downward dog might look like this. So what we want to do is pull back slightly, ears in line with biceps. So again, we're creating that straight line of energy from wrists up to hips. Walk your hands back in towards you now. Bring your hands to your shins, come to your halfway lift. Sink your hips down and back. Reach your arms out and up, come all the way to stand. And then exhale, hands back to the sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's start to put it all together for a few rounds. Inhaling, reach out and up, extended mountain pose. Exhaling, forward fold, chest or tummy touches thighs. Breathe in, halfway lift, straight arms, straight legs, flat back. Breathe out, hands to the floor, walk it all the way out. We're coming to all fours, knees to the floor. Couple of rounds of cat-cow. So inhale to open the heart forward. Exhale to round out the spine. This time inhale, open. Exhale, round out the spine, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Trying to find that straight line from wrists to hips. And making any adjustments you need to make that happen. So maybe bending the knees, making sure the ears are in line with the biceps. Press the top of the mat away from you. Walk your hands back into your feet now, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Sink the hips down and back. Reach the arms out and up. Maybe look up to your palms. And then come back to Tadasana mountain pose. Same thing again. Inhaling, reaching. Exhaling, folding. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, hands to the floor. Walk your hands out. We're coming to all fours. Opening the heart forward into cow. Rounding out the spine in cat. Breathing in, opening. And this time breathing out, cat and dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Again, trying to find that straight line from wrists to hips. So if your shoulders are a little bit forward, you can always bend the knees to bring the chest back to the thighs. Or if your shoulders are very open, bring your ears back in line with your biceps. Walk your hands into your feet, Uttanasana, forward fold. We'll take one more round together. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Sink the hips down and back. Reach the arms out and up. And bring the hands back to the sides, Tadasana mountain pose. Last time, breathing in. Breathing out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees so you can bring your hands to the floor. Walk them out. Come to all fours, knees down. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale to open. Exhale, cat and dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog for a couple of breaths here. Push the top of the mat away from you. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Feet are hip distance apart. And as if your palms had four corners, you're pressing all four corners of the palms into the floor. Walking the hands back to the feet, Uttanasana, forward fold, knees are bent. Halfway lift, hands to shins, take a breath in. Sink the hips down as you breathe out. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, palms meet. And exhale, hands back to the sides, Tadasana mountain pose. Just closing the eyes here for a moment and resetting your Tadasana. So feet are underneath the hip bones, toes are pointing forward, pelvis is a bowl of water that is neither spilling forward nor back, belly button in, roll the shoulders up towards the ears and let the shoulder blades relax down and back. Extend your fingertips to the floor. And try and position your ears over your shoulders. Opening the eyes if they're closed. Inhaling, reaching the arms out and up. Exhaling, lowering the hands back to the sides. 2 more rounds like this. Breathing in. Palms meet at the top of the inhale. And then breathing out. Last round. This time, breathing in, reach the hands out and up. And breathing out, draw the thumbs down to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me for this beginner sun salutation practice today. Namaste.